What is up, guys? Welcome back to the long-awaited return of the Rangers Talk podcast. As you can see, new graphics too. We upgraded a bit, beefed up the graphics. I don't know how you feel, but I like them more.
I definitely do as well. I think it's a nice little change. It was needed, and I like it. The old look. It's
We'll be
fire.
rebranding a few times, but I think this is a solid first rebrand. But anyway, welcome in. Unfortunately, we have annoying news to talk about when it comes to hockey that happened today, but we'll get to that. Uh, but just gonna let people in chat come on in first. Got the first person of the live stream, and he's got what looks like the hockey guy's whiteboard as his profile picture. I mean, I respect that. I respect that. We got Justin. How are you doing tonight? We got a lot to talk about. Unfortunately, well, I don't know how some people feel, but I personally feel this is bad news. What we have to talk about first, where we have to start off. But let's start by talking about the fact that the New York Islanders acquired Bo Horvat. So, and then I got, what does this mean for the Rangers? Because there's obviously going to be connections with Bo Horvat now coming to the Metro Division with a trade in the Metro Division. But let's talk about the trade itself first. So, if you missed the news, if you're living under a rock, Bo Horvat was traded for Anthony Beauvillier, Atu Ratu, and a conditional first round pick. The condition on the pick is it is top 12 protected. So, yes, the Islanders are saying we are scared we're going to miss the playoffs. So, we need to protect that draft pick for next season just in case. That is what they are saying. But for this trade, I personally think that this is a win for the Islanders if they lock up Bo Horvat. I really do. I think that you're upgrading from a guy in Anthony Beauvillier. Well, here's the real question, right? This is the question that I've been battling with myself for this trade. Is Bo Horvat going to be what he is right now this year going forward? Or is this going to be a JT Miller situation where he's going to fall off and he's just going to have an insanity run here and be a one-year wonder? Is that what this is? Or is he in his prime and going to keep this up? I don't know. If he keeps this up, the Islanders win this trade by a long shot, in my opinion. And as long as they extend him, of course. But that's the question. One, will he get extended? I don't know. Lou's going to try to, but he also might want to test the market, which I think would be smart for Bo Horvat's sake. And then also, you have the question of if he's not going to be what he is this year going forward, did you really make the right move? Because you're moving on from Anthony Beauvillier, a 40-point guy. And then Bo Horvat, he's always been a 50 to 60-point guy throughout his career. So you're getting about 10 to 20 more points, which is still solid, but is it that big of an upgrade? I don't know. Plus, you're giving up your top prospect in Atu Ratu, who has the potential to be what Bo Horvat normally is. Not what he's doing this year, but what he normally is with a 50, 60-point potential. I think Atu Ratu could get to that. Plus a first-round pick. I don't know. I don't know where to stand on this trade, but Nico, I'll let you jump in because I know your opinion, but let's let the people hear it.
Yeah. Okay. So when I first saw this trade, I thought the Islanders took a pretty fat L. I won't lie. I thought, you gave up your young cornerstone of the future guy in Natsu Ratsu going forward. I thought I think he could really be a good NHL player one day. So I was a little shocked to see he was in the deal along with Anthony Beauvillier, who of course is not having that good of a year. But as you said, he's like a 40-point guy. He'll give you decent seasons going forward. And then your first round pick, which we said is top 12 protected. We don't know if that'll be top 12. Depends how the Islanders will finish the season. But I mean, if anything, if it falls top 12, it's
Hopefully.
unprotected next year, which is good because that means they miss the playoffs. And then next year could be even worse. And then who knows? That's like a top 10 pick. So, I mean, look, if they could lock up Bo Horvat, obviously, he's having a career year. We don't know, as you said, is this whole insanity run peaking at the right time? And now he's going to take a drop off with the Islanders or he'll keep it going. I mean, he's only 27 years old. He's already got 30 plus goals. So he's a phenomenal player right now. It's just, I think the contract, even if they give him an extension, I think it might be a contract where it's one of those contracts where it might age poorly. It's going to be maybe like a 7 times, like
I think
seven
it's going to be what
years.
JT Miller got, maybe a bit more, maybe
Yeah,
8.5 to 9.
yeah. So it's going to be a hefty contract. Plus, he'll be on the wrong side of 30 nearing the end of it. So I don't think it'll age well for the future. But I mean, again, as we said, the Islander fans are pressuring Lou to make a move, and he finally did it. And I mean, it's going to
Now
help
they're
them right now.
crying.
Yeah, now they're crying too, which is funny. But I mean, yeah, just the move help them right now, certainly. It boosts their chances for the wild card spot because it's still wide open. But going forward in the future, I don't think I'm very optimistic for the Islanders with this one.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think that the contract will age poorly if they end up extending him. Plus, you're definitely looking at the 8-year extension. I don't think that's any secret. It's going to be an 8-year extension. And I also find it weird. You just extended Matt Barzal to be your number one center, and now you're going out and getting a guy in Bo Horvat who's looking to get number one center money, and you're going to pay two guys number one center money. That's odd to me, unless their idea is that one of Barzell or Horvat is going to play the wing, which I think would be a huge mistake if they did that. So realistically, why? I just wonder why wouldn't you want to get the guy to play with Matt Barzell going forward? It's just a little confusing to me. I always had in my mind they were going to go after a winger. I thought Vlad Tarasenko was written in stone for the Islanders for the longest time. I thought that was the guy they were always going after, they were going to get. But here we are, and it's Bo Horvat. I'm not sure. I'm not sure still. And then like it's just confusing because what is Bo Horvat? It's really up in the air.
Yeah, no one knows. It'll be telling. I don't know when he's going to play his first game for the Islanders. I don't know if they have another game before the break. I doubt it. I think he's
No,
still
they don't. They play
representing
the
the
Canucks
Canucks.
really soon coming off the break.
Oh, so that should be interesting. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what he does with the Islanders. I think he's still going to be good for them. Don't get me wrong. Um, I just don't even think they'll even make the playoffs. Though I really don't think so, and I think they'll get
That's what
something
I was
done
going
with
to
Bo
ask you
Horvat.
next.
Oh, you're gonna ask if you think the Islanders make the
Yeah,
playoffs?
like does this really boost their playoff odds? It apparently boosted it by, according to Money Puck, it boosted it from, I think it was 14% to 19% now they have. I don't know. Like, you still have to catch Buffalo, who has games in hand. Like, is Bo Horvat moving the needle for you like a Timo Meyer would? I don't think so.
Absolutely, because as you said, Buffalo have games in hand, been playing really good hockey. You still got Washington and Pittsburgh, who are always going to be there. So
Florida's getting back in the mix.
Florida is doing well. I think that's really it. I don't think Ottawa's making any noise to make a wild card. It's
Maybe
probably between
Detroit.
maybe Detroit. So I mean, they still have a lot of teams to get through. I don't know if they have another move up their sleeve later. Probably not. If anything, something minor. But yeah, I don't see playoffs out of this team. I really don't. They've been Sorokin merchants, in my opinion, this season. I think widely regarded as that. So I don't see it, and it's kind of just a pointless trade for me. But if you extend them, I guess fair dues.
Yeah, that's where it's really going to be interesting. Can they extend them? Will they? I think they will because you have 16 million in cap space over that. I
Imagine the
think that
outrage if they didn't from Islanders fans.
Lou Lamoriello is risking his job because there is no way you could bring him back if Bo Horvat walks for nothing. There is zero way he could keep his job at that point. And we got an interesting take. As a Devils fan, I'm glad he went to the Islanders instead of Carolina. I agree with that. I think Carolina was definitely in play, and that would have made them. They're already the second best team in my eyes. That would have brought them arguably to the number one spot. I mean, they just beat the Boston Bruins. Bruins starting to cool down with a 3-game losing streak. But yeah, I agree with this. It's better for sure that he went to the Islanders over Carolina, because I don't think with the Islanders it's going to be as much of a fit as it would have in Carolina. Carolina desperately needs that number 2 center. This just feels like a move to make a move in a way. Like, I don't know. It's just odd to me.
Yeah, it definitely is odd. But that's a good point. At least he didn't go to a team like Carolina or Boston for us Rangers, and for Devils fans, because I mean that's the teams we're gonna the top four favorites in the East, right? I mean, obviously the Lightning and the Maple Leafs are up there, but these teams are, expecting to make some runs here. So I don't know if I'd rather them go to the Islanders than Carolina. That's a tough one. But I mean, of course, Carolina is definitely going to make a move as well up to the trade deadline. They lost Pacioretty for the year again, so of course they're gonna make some sort of big move. It's not Bo Horvat, who I thought actually would go to Carolina. That was my prediction, but I'm sure they'll get one of like Tarasenko or Timo Meyer
Ryan
or
O'Reilly.
something. Ryan O'Reilly is another good one. Jonathan Toews. So we'll see.
Yeah, and now everyone's asking a very valid question. What will Chris Drury do? And as I put in the question, what does this mean for the Rangers? Because in my eyes, for Ranger fans and Devil fans included, since we have Devil fans in here, this, in my opinion, I had the question set up, but I'm going to answer it. What is the asking price now for Timo time and Showtime after this move? To me, Timo Meyer's value skyrocketed after this one. And I think that now, because I thought for the Devils' sake, it was going to be like Alexander Holtz in a first. For the Rangers' sake, maybe it was going to be Othman in a first, or it was going to be Laffy in a first. Now, I mean, the fact that they got a top prospect, a first-round pick, and Anthony Beauvillier, a roster player in this trade, Timo time, I mean, forget it. In RFA, there's no way the price is down now. The price just went up.
Yeah, I think it definitely did as well. I mean, Ratu is a big piece of that deal for Bo Horvat, Anthony Beauvillier, first round pick, and I mean Timo Meyer, he's better than Bo Horvat, so he's definitely going up in price right now. As we said, I think Ottman, a first round pick, maybe another like B-level prospect would have been good enough. But now, I mean, they probably want a roster player. They probably are looking at the Lafreniere, the Kakko, the Hedel to start with, which is not good news for the Rangers. So, I mean, Timo, he was always going to be a tough one for the Rangers to pull off, the Devils to pull off, because he's going to have to get paid in the upcoming offseason here. So Timo's going to be a hefty little price. I wonder who's going to pay it, but it definitely went up for sure.
It's going to be New Jersey. I've had the feeling forever. It makes too much sense, him and Hughes playing together. It really makes too much sense.
Yeah.
And the Devils fan in here saying, I'm giving up Holtz, Sharangovich, and a first for Meyer.
Pretty hefty.
It's hefty, but I'm sorry. I would drive all those guys to the airport. And whoever the draft pick is, offer that draft pick a ride to the airport if I'm a Devils fan for Timo Meyer. As long as he gets extended, that's worth it, because in my opinion, Timo Meyer is a legit superstar in this league, and people don't talk about it enough. I don't know why. The advanced analytics tell you, the eye test tells you, the basic stats tell you, everything tells you this guy is an elite player in the league. And I'm coming on here and I'm saying it. He's an elite player, and it's time to give more respect to Timo Meyer. I really think that people need to start giving him his credit, because how many goals does he have this year right now?
He's got at least
I know at least 25.
High 20s for sure. I don't think he's in the 30s. Probably like 27, 28. But
yeah, something like that, and then he also has the assist as well. It's not a Bo Horvat, Cy Young looking year where it's, 20, 30 goals or whatever, and then like 5, 10 assists. No, you're getting production from playmaking, scoring, defensively. He's the definition of a perfect player, Timo Meyer, that is. So, man, he's going to get the Sharks are going to get a haul, and they're probably foaming at the mouth over this trade, thinking about what they could get right now, which unfortunately for them, David Quinn might ruin, any of the assets that they get, but that's besides the point. And yeah, this is scary to think about as a Ranger fan, when we might have to face them in the playoffs. The top 6 for the Devils: Meyer, Brett, Hughes, Hischier, Mercer. And the 6th guy could be a fan.
It could. It really could. I would be scared of the Devils if they get Timo Meyer and we're playing them come playoff time. Their offense is electric, and they have a lot of young studs, so you got to get it to them.
I have a hot take, and I'm going to say it. The Rangers need to stand pat if the Devils get Timo Meyer.
So you think like they would have no
I'm
chance?
saying wave the white
But-
flag. It's over. Wave
Oh
the
my
white flag.
gosh!
Wave the white flag. You're not winning that series. Unless something drastic happens to Vitek Vanacek, wave the
Seriously?
white flag. It's over.
It's Jover.
It is
Oh,
so
man.
over. There's no
Ah,
point. Go
I don't
out
know.
there, maybe trade your 4th and 5th round picks. Add Nick Bonino, get cute. Add Tyler Mott, get Vinny Hinostroza, whoever you want for the bottom 6. Get a little cute, but do not trade either first round pick. Do not go crazy at the deadline. Just wave the white flag because you're not going to win a series against the Devils if they add Timo Meyer. You're not. And they're probably going to add a defenseman too on top of that.
They probably will.
I don't know, but they're, which, by the way, I don't know why. Apparently, this is a report. The Devils are interested in Tyler Myers. Why would they do that? That would be disgusting for them, which I'm throwing a party if they go out and get him. But,
Hopefully.
But yeah, they will add a defenseman. They're going, if they add Timo Meyer, adding a defenseman too. I mean, forget it. And then going forward, that team is going to be ridiculously scary. Luke Hughes is coming on the blue line.
Oh, boy.
Simone Nemec is coming on the blue line. Oh,
It's
I
going to be
hate
a
it.
squad. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, that's the thing here. Like, if the Devils do land Timo Meyer, they're going to be tough to beat. No doubt about it. I don't know if the Rangers are winning that series. Very pessimistic about that. But I don't think Drury, Dolan would just stay where they are at the deadline.
That's what I was
think,
going to say.
yeah,
They're not
no
gonna
matter
do it.
what. they're gonna
Dolan
go
already
after a
said
big
he
name.
thinks this team could win a cup.
Yep.
I'm
They're
sorry,
going after
but
someone big.
I'm sorry, but good luck. If you're not the team landing Timo Meyer, good luck. Good luck. I wish you all the best, especially if Timo Meyer lands in the division. Good luck. I wish you the best with that one. I wish you the best because I could tell you right now, the Devils are opening a fresh can of whoop ass if we play them round 1 and they get Timo Meyer. And that team is going to be a problem for decades. And this is why I wonder, why couldn't the Rangers just stick the course of the rebuild? Because look at how it's paying off for the Devils. Why? You had it in place, but you had to get Jacob Trouba. You had to bring Chris Kreider back. You had to sign Artemi Panarin. You had to do all these things.
They
Why?
definitely rushed it. The Jacob Trouba trade, their Artemi Panarin signing, like looking back on it, like when it happened, I don't know what your thoughts were, but I mean, I was pretty happy, but now in hindsight, it's like, look, yeah, as you said, the Devils, look what they're doing. They're staying patient, letting everything develop. And I mean, the Rangers gave up assets for Jacob Trouba. Look how he's panning out with that $8 million contract. Artemi Panarin making almost $12 million. And we're questioning why he makes that much these days. He's not putting pucks in the back of the net, really. I mean, yeah, sure, he gets assists, but we're not paying you that much money to just dish out assists. We expect some good goal scoring. We expect defense on the other end. And we haven't really been getting that. So it's $20 million right there tied to those two players. Chris Kreider, I wish they traded him. We saw the talks with the Blues, freaking Jordan Kyrou. Who's the other name? If they did that,
I don't know, but Jordan Kyrou would be
yeah, he was one of the big ones.
would have
Imagine
been
him.
beautiful to have him on this team. Beautiful. And he's also not making more than $10 million. When our GM's going to learn, stop signing people for more than $10 million. Stop. Look at what the Devils just did. They built from within. Crazy. I know it's crazy what happens when you actually play your top lottery picks. Crazy to see what's happening. Because who would have thought that playing your top lottery picks was going to pan out at one point? I never would have guessed that one.
That's the
Never
thing
would have
that
guessed
sucks.
that.
Capo Caco is not really able to get those top line minutes when he got here. Sure, he's starting to turn the corner, no doubt about it, with Heedle and Lafreniere. But I mean, we didn't get any production the first couple seasons, and now we're starting to see it. I mean, he's still stuck with third line minutes, so it sucks because you got Panarin, Kreider. I mean, you got Barclay Goodrow, Jimmy B's in the top six, but of course, the Rangers are going to go get a top six forward probably at the deadline, and they're just buried down there, and who knows, maybe one of them get dealt, and that's going to cause a big uproar from the fan base, that's for sure. And I mean, Chris Jarry, he better just play his chips well here because he's under a little bit of fire, honestly, in my opinion, right now. He's made some pretty bad moves. I don't know how people feel about Drury, but
Do I
he
bring
cooked at
my
the deadline.
Galaxy Brain take to this podcast that I brought on Ice Cold Takes?
Let's hear it.
Okay, so if anyone wants to hear what my Ice Cold Take of the week was on Ice Cold Takes podcast, go check out Ice Cold Takes podcast. Great podcast with Joey. He does a great job there. Listen on Spotify, listen on YouTube, wherever. We did a live show at the Garden, and I brought up a very crazy Galaxy Brain theory that I feel like could maybe happen if the Rangers get bounced in round one or, God forbid, miss the playoffs this year.
Mhm.
I'm saying this is far-fetched in advance before anyone calls me crazy, calls me stupid. I'm going to admit this is a little far-fetched, but if Dolan really wants his team to win the Stanley Cup and thinks they can, the Devils go out and get Timo Meier. The Islanders just got Bo Horvat. The Canes are going to go make moves. You have all these teams that are going to make moves, and the Rangers are going to get who? Ivan Barbashev? Patrick Kane, maybe, which I know you feel differently, but I still don't feel he moves the needle for this team. And again, like, even you can admit Patrick Kane isn't enough if the Devils get Timo Meier.
No, I agree.
Not.
Yeah,
it's just not.
Timo Meier's better by a mile.
Yeah, and it's not even close. So my Galaxy Brain theory is if the Rangers get bounced in round one or miss the playoffs, who is it over in Toronto right now that has an expiring contract? Kyle Dubas.
Oh, wow.
Chris
he does
Drury,
indeed.
Maybe under some fire if the Rangers miss the playoffs because Dolan thinks they could win a cup this year. But he's in for a huge surprise. He's in for a huge surprise when the Devils come into the Garden and open that can of whoop ass that I mentioned earlier on them and just mop the floor with them. He's in for a surprise. Unless Igor Shesterkin could stand on his head and bail them out of that series, he's in for a surprise. So Kyle Dubas has his contract expiring. Who's a free agent in a few years?
Mr. Auston Matthews.
Why not bring in the guy that's negotiating with Auston Matthews right now to New York to help you get Auston Matthews to New York? Because we know this team can't build from within. We know that's not existent. You have to buy players if you're the Rangers because, again, non-existent winning from within. What I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that because in my lifetime, the Rangers have not developed a forward that's good enough.
Oh,
Chris Kreider's the best we've got. So, yeah, you are in a position where maybe, just maybe, Kyle Dubas comes in, and I know everyone is probably thinking, well, he did bad contract situations in Toronto. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, he regrets some of those contracts that he gave out, and he probably has learned his lesson and can admit, hey, I made mistakes here. He could probably admit that. So why not bring in the guy that's talking with Matthews to help bring Matthews to New York? I'm admitting, again, it's far-fetched, and that's why I'm calling it a Galaxy Brain theory, calling it crazy. But listen, you never know. You never know, because if Dolan thinks his team can win a cup, he's in for a rude awakening when the playoffs come around. And I can tell you right now, if it's not going to be the GM losing his job, if it's not Drury, somebody's losing their job, and it's going to be behind the bench at the very least in Gerard Gallant.
Yeah, that's a good theory. It really is. I mean, we've seen it in the past. Dolan, he pulled the trigger on firing Jeff Gordon and David Quinn just like that when the season ended. He wasn't happy. with the 2021 season. He thought the team would do better than what they did. He thought they didn't meet the expectation that season, and he let go of them. So we know if he's saying they could win the Stanley Cup and have a shot at it, and they get bounced round one in like 5 or 6, goodbye to definitely Chris Drury or Gerard Gallant, I think. Because I mean, look, he's expecting big things, as he said, and we could be in for a pretty rude awakening playing the Devils round one. If they get Timo Meier, good luck to the Rangers, because
And he might even fall to a wild card spot and have to play the Canes or the Bruins.
Yeah, forget that. Oh, I've been saying if the Rangers play the Hurricanes again this year, I think they're losing that in 5 or 6.
Agree.
Yeah, I don't see them being. I know they beat them the first meeting of the year, but Carolina, when playoff time is around, they just turn it up a notch. And Rod Brindamore, I mean, he's one hell of a coach. He's not losing twice to the Rangers. I don't think back-to-back years. I don't see that happening. He's just going to outcoach Gallant, and
The Canes are just
lose.
better this year.
They are. Quite simply, they are. And then the Bruins, I mean, the Rangers have got mollywopped by the Bruins twice this year already at Madison Square Garden. I don't see how you're beating them in 7 games. So that's why it sucks. It really does. I don't think there's many teams in the playoffs right now the Rangers are beating in the 7-game series, which hurts to say, but it might be the truth. It really might.
Yeah, it's sad but true. It's sad but true. And I've been saying it every reaction video. This team's good enough to make the playoffs. They're not good enough to win a round. At most, they'll win a round. At most.
I agree. Absolutely.
And I agree with this comment. Drury's a mixed bag. Did great at the deadline last year, but his moves have been terrible.
Yeah.
Completely agree. I couldn't agree more. And we talk about it all the time. I think that there's just like it's just another example. You built a guy from within in your organization and you trade him for a 4th line asset and a 2nd round pick when salary cap was the issue, but you go out and sign Barclay Goodrow and Patrick Nemeth combined for more than what Pavel Buchnevich is making.
That was horrible. That was just straight up bad. Like Drury, besides as MSG Vault said right here, besides the trade deadline, what has he done? I mean, the Niels Lundqvist trade was good, sure. The Georgiev trade, all right, that was not bad. Would he had 2/3 and a 5th? But I don't know. Besides that, the Pavel Buchnevich trade was bad. Barclay Goodrow signing was bad because now you're in a situation where you're probably going to trade him.
That trade alone really just it
leaves a
really
sour taste.
It hurt this franchise more than people make it out to be. And I know people complain about the trade all the time, and I know that I've been one to talk about how I don't like people complaining about the trade, but at this point, how could you not? Looking at what the Rangers need right now, how could you not complain about this trade?
Because now they're looking for a top 6 guy on the right wing.
And I had this conversation yesterday with Nick, which, by the way, Nick should be joining us later. I had this conversation with Nick. What was the point of this rebuild? I constantly find myself asking that because you didn't get a 1st-round pick for Matt Zuccarello. And Matt Zuccarello would be great to have on this team right now. You trade Pavel Buchnevich. Great. Can you imagine your top 6 right now? You just went out and still got Panarin, whatever, did what you had to do. Your first line, Kreider, Zibanejad, Zuccarello. Your second line, Panarin, Trocheck, and Buchnevich. Can you imagine that top 6 versus what we have right now?
Oh my gosh, forget about it, because I just don't see where you're going as a team. Like, how do you get in this position where Barclay Goodrow, Jimmy Vesey are in your top 6? It's just inexcusable. That was just such a bad move from day one, in my opinion. And I mean, Sammy Blais now, the guy's not even playing for the Rangers. You got a 2nd-round pick for a bona fide 60-point to 70-point guy.
And you traded the 2nd-round pick. You traded it.
You did. That was for
the Copp deal.
The Copp deal, exactly. Yep. This doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
I don't get it. I just don't. Yeah. I never will. But it just infuriates me because, again, like, just what was the point of the rebuild? What was the point? Can anybody in chat answer that for me? Because the kid line They're good, sure. They're not difference makers like Pavel Buchnevich and Matt Zuccarello would be for this team. And then you messed up. Jeff Gordon really just killed this franchise because
Oh,
he didn't pick a direction. And you know what? I'll give him a bit of a pass because I know deep down that Dolan was breathing down his neck to go out and rush this rebuild. I know it. We all know it. It's no secret with Dolan that that's what was going on. But man, if they just stuck the course of the rebuild, or if they just didn't rebuild at all, this organization would be miles better than where they are right now if they just picked a damn direction. And everybody was trying to point at, oh, look at the Rangers with the way they rebuilt so quickly. Everyone's going to model that rebuild. You think anyone's going to model it after the garbage that's going on right now? I think more teams are looking at the Devils right now are like, yeah, no, this is who we want to model our rebuild after.
Exactly. The Rangers, they didn't pick a course, as you said. Like what was the direction? Like, you just rushed it. Dolan definitely was in the ear of Gordon, telling him, get the show on the road here. We can't be, a mediocre team staying the course of our rebuild here. You go out there, sign Artemi Panarin, trade for Jacob Trouba, and let's get this going. It was pointless, and it's leading to a lot of chaos now. Obviously, Drury came in and had to deal with pretty bad contracts. He was in a bad spot with Trouba, Panarin, Kreider, all these big deals. But it's still, to me, it's not an excuse to trade Pavel Buchnevich. Laugh for MVP in here. What's going on? But yeah, I just don't get it. The Pavel Buchnevich trade, I can't forgive Chris Drury for that. Quite honestly, I really can't do it.
And then it just dates back. You botched the Miller McDonough deal so
that was
incredibly
another bad one.
Bad. You botched the Zuccarello trade. I mean, it's just like how I don't understand this organization. I never will. I just don't know. And I wanted to get back to go to this comment too. I think Drury does use analytics, and Dolan's probably the dinosaur in the front office, and Sather still has a word, I'm pretty sure. So they're probably like, yeah, no to the analytics. But I have news for you. Analytics are helping teams win right now. I keeps going back to the Devils, and I hate it, but
yeah, it's a big part of the game nowadays, and usually it does line up with the eye test more times than not. So I don't know what the Rangers management thinks about the analytics and that stuff. I mean, obviously, if they're treated by Patrick Kane, we know his analytics are not good. So who knows, really? But I just don't know. They're gonna get a big name. I feel like they're gonna the overpay is what scares me. Like,
if they overpay, if they trade Lafayette Kakko for Kane,
yeah,
I'm
I
telling
agree
you
with
right
you
now. If you're not subbed to the channel, you might want to be subbed right now and turn on those notifications, because the second that video drops, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I don't know how I'm going to support this team if they go out and do that move. And nice, the overlay just doesn't fit at all. Just wonderful. But I'm going to lose my mind if they trade Lafayette Kakko for Kane.
Oh yeah, I mean, you guys know I'm a big advocate for the Kane to the Rangers, but no, I agree. If they trade Kakko, Lafreniere for Kane, I would not be happy with that. I thought, like, if you're trading Kravtsov at first, the B-level prospect, sure, go for it. But Kakko and Lafreniere, your number one, number two overall picks for possibly a rental, it's not a good idea.
Yep, and you're not going to extend Kane, so
probably not.
And I still think Kane is going to fetch more than he should. I just have this bad feeling that he's going to. And if Dolan gets involved in this deal, kiss goodbye to Kakko or Laffy, because it's going to happen at that point. Because we know if Dolan gets involved, it's Jover.
It probably will be, yep.
Lucas saying, I believe if we kept Zuccarello, we would have a cup by now. Depends. Again, if they pick the direction. Are we rebuilding? Are we not? That it goes back to them never picking a direction.
Nope.
And yeah, I agree. They're going to overpay for Kane or Tarasenko. I agree. And realistically, it's just not going to move the needle.
Nah, if Meyer goes to the Hurricanes or the Devils, the Rangers don't have a chance. They don't.
Nope. And Laffer MVP saying, I want LeBanc or Gavrikov. If the Devils get Meyer, I want Tarasenko or Tays. Great veteran presence, great defense, wins faceoffs. I still think you wave the white flag if the Devils get Meyer. Just wave it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're going to add a defenseman. They already said they kind of like Harper there. I doubt they'd get Gavrikov, but I mean, I would definitely want.
We saw
defenseman.
Logan Stanley in the mix. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? Is Logan Stanley gonna stop Timo Meyer out there? No. Is Jonathan Toews gonna be a good matchup center to go against that line of Jack Hughes, Timo Meyer, and whoever they throw on that line with them? No. Probably not. Toews is solid, but he's not what he once was.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's either. I don't think they go the route of like. I mean, I can see a Kevin LeBanc, like he's kind of like a Frank Vetrano to me type move. I can see that along with the top six forward, but I don't know. I don't see Tarasenko obviously is in the mix. I don't think they'll get another center though, like Tays. Personally.
Oh yeah, matchup center Barclay Goodrow. I'm sorry that I forgot. Cup winning pedigrees. I'm sorry that I forgot completely about Barclay Goodrow.
What a mess.
We're gonna be trotting Barclay Goodrow and Jimmy Vesey out there against this line. Let that sink in.
That'd be hell, to say the least.
Unreal. Yeah, and a great assist for Barclay Goodrow on that Jack Hughes goal. Great assist. This is a nightmare. This sucks. And
there's gonna be something big in the offseason. Telling you that.
There better be.
Yeah.
Because what are you gonna do otherwise? If you don't change anything from now, if you just run it back again next year, what do you expect to happen? Are you gonna be the Toronto Maple Leafs and just run it back and expect a different result? You're stupid if you think otherwise. You're stupid. Unless Kakko, Laffy, and Hedl next year develop in the difference maker forwards, which probably isn't going to happen, more likely than not, or more likely not than it actually happening. What's the point? You need to at least make a change behind the bench at the very least, because that's all you could do, because Kreider's not going to go anywhere. Panarin's not going to go anywhere. Trouba's not going to go anywhere. Nobody's going anywhere. You locked yourself so much into this core that the only change you can make is behind the bench.
Yeah. All then NMCs too. You just can't do anything. You really cannot.
Yeah, because they just give it out like it's candy. You gave Jarl Halak a no movement clause.
I didn't know that actually. Wow.
Stupid. Just stupid, which thankfully he's playing better, but
yeah.
I mean, he's still game one. And thank you for the $5 dono. Friendly reminder that Seth Jarvis has 2 more points than Laffy. I could always count on you to ruin my night. I could always count on you to ruin my night. Talking about the Canes. I'm jealous. Must be nice sitting down on your couch every night at 7 o'clock watching just great hockey every single night. Can you imagine that?
The dream.
I can't imagine that. Maybe one day. But yeah. Would you guys trade Panarin if he waves? I'm driving Buddy to the airport if he waves his no move clause.
Absolutely. Get that $12 million off the books. he's definitely getting driven to the airport. I don't even know what you could get for that. Like, obviously, it's Artemi Panarin still, but do people want to take on that contract? Like,
We're already watching him decline,
we are for sure.
and he just hit the wrong side of 30.
Mm-hmm.
This is depressing. If we go up Laffer Kane, I will put a bounty on Drury and dox him. Yeah, this makes sense. Taste to the Jets would make a lot of sense.
I really wonder if they're even going to go anywhere. Like, there's still no clarity at all on the situation with the Blackhawks. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. You think they get traded? Or...
I really don't know still. I think that if they do get traded, that they're going to fetch... I feel like they're going to fetch more than they should, because I feel like the only way they're going to waive their no movement clauses is if Chicago's getting good enough of a return. Because, like, let's say the Rangers do offer for Kane, I don't know, Kravtsov and a first or something. Is that good enough for the Hawks? Maybe. But realistically, I feel like Kane's only going to waive it if it's something that's a massive haul where it's going to help the organization, because he'll probably want to leave the organization on a good note. He wouldn't want to leave the team in shambles, which, I mean, he already would, because that organization is just a dumpster fire right now. But who would be a good coach for us if Gallant gets fired? I personally wouldn't want Messier. No, I think Steve Nash would be a great coach. But realistically, Barry Trotz is the answer.
Yeah. Get this team to tighten up defensively night in, night out. I don't care if that restricts some guys on offense. I think it would be a good move.
And if it's boring, I don't care.
Win games.
Yeah. You'd win games, and this team would actually play responsibly, at least on one side of the puck. And even then, I feel like their offense will be better. Like I talk about with Nick all the time.
Yeah,
they'll
talent.
Be quick in transition, and they'll have a better offense probably than they do right now. Laff and Kakko would be fourth line grinders. Basically what they are.
Yeah.
We got a prediction. Kane to New York Rangers, Taves to Boston. I mean, it's just like, oh my God. It's going to be Patrick Kane. It's going to be.
I mean, if he gets traded, I think it's either he doesn't get traded or it's to the Rangers. I don't see Kane going really anywhere else too much. Maybe the Stars. I don't know.
Dallas can make some sense. Yeah.
We had to make definitely a podcast for that, or a video, trade deadline predictions when that time comes.
We'll definitely do that for an episode. Deadline's not for what, a couple more weeks, like 4 weeks.
March 3rd.
Yeah, so about 4 weeks. And I'm already saying Kane to the Rangers because I just know it. It just reeks of that situation. It really has that smell.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree that they should leave Chicago and they should try to win one more time elsewhere. But for whatever reason, they also might want to stay in Chicago to finish their careers there, which some players like finishing their career with one team. So that's the only reason why. But
and they already won 3 cups. That could be another thing to them. Do I need to win another one, really? I mean, obviously, it'd be nice, but it's not like they have 0 Stanley Cups and they want to go chase one. So that's another reason why I think they could stay.
Yeah, I agree with that. Trotz said on the phone in a Sportsnet call that he wants to come back to coaching in October. Well, part of that's probably because of the fact that the Islanders have to give permission for him to coach somewhere, and we know Lou Lamoriello is stubborn and probably wouldn't give him permission either way to coach somewhere, even if it's out west.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Laffer MVP backing up what you're saying there about the Stars and Kane. I just feel like I just know deep down what Dolan's doing. I know it. He's going to overpay for Kane. He's going to do it. And I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but it's not going to be good. I could just say that. It's not
gonna
going to be
be a-
good. If you think Kravtsov and a first round pick, I'd love to be living in your fantasy land because it must be nice. It must be nice to live in that world because I just know that it's going to be more.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be Kane saying, "I want to go to the Rangers," and the Rangers only for it to be a scenario where the Rangers are not giving up, Kakko or Lafreniere in the deal. Which, I mean, hopefully, if he does want to get traded, and it's only to us, like the incentive of playing with Panarin, being back in New York, I don't know, but they're not going to get a bag of pucks for him. I'll tell you that.
Nope. It's going to be one of Kaka or Lafreniere.
Oh, that would cause a lot of outrage.
I'm going to lose my mind. And yeah, Kane hasn't asked to be traded yet.
Yeah.
That's true. I still, I don't know. I don't know what's going to go on with
Probably
that.
by mid-February, we'll have a clearer picture, as they say. Well, who knows?
But I will say that I think that, like I mentioned earlier, if the Hawks get a haul for Kane, if they get offered a haul, I think the Hawks are going to make sure Kane waives that no move clause and say, listen, if you want to come back in the offseason to finish your career here in Chicago, then yeah, you could come back. The door is wide open for you to come back. But we need this trade if they get offered a haul.
Yep.
Just keep everyone move Trouba, Goudreau, and Blais this offseason. Play the kid line at second and get right defense and right wing depth. That then boom, believe in the youth, including Lafreniere.
If only it was that easy.
If it was
Move Jacob Trouba.
Yeah, and not only that, but you just named him captain. He's not going anywhere. The organization has a weird love for this guy. He's not going anywhere. And realistically, then you're narrowing it down to Barker, Goudreau, and Sammy Blais. Is moving those two really going to make a difference for this organization? No. Nope.
Yeah. Agreed.
Give me Meyer or Henrique, PTSD for Ranger fans. You want Adam Henrique back on the Devils, is what you're saying. That'd be weird. And yeah, the profile picture is great. The hockey guy's whiteboard. I don't know.
It definitely is. Oh, that's Luca.
Yeah.
Uh,
The East is super stacked. Seattle and Dallas are the only two Western teams in the top 7. Yeah. Gotta love it.
yeah, it sucks for us.
Oh, Trouba shouldn't be welcomed anywhere. If any team is dumb enough to trade for Trouba, the fans should not be welcoming that guy in. A team would have to be stupid to trade for him. Like, Peter Chiarelli would have to get a job again if Jacob Trouba is going to get traded.
Yeah.
Give me Besser, get him out of that Vancouver shithole. I don't know if Besser's the answer either.
That's
really
another
don't.
name. We haven't heard much of Brock Besser. I remember in the beginning of the year it was kind of a name, but now it's been Tarasenko, Kane, and Meyer. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Brock Besser.
It's just because I just see it. I just see Timo Meyer on one of these Metro teams. I don't know which one. I still feel the Devils, but it's going to be one of these Metro teams or at least one of these East teams. And it just reeks of him going to the Devils and being a Rangers killer. That's what I've been saying. That's what it reeks of, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think Lindgren and Goody are going to be cap casualties comes this offseason, which Lindgren would be a huge mistake, but that's what happens when you give out no movement clauses to everyone.
Yeah, I'm not going to be happy if they move Lindgren at all. I don't know. You think they move Lindgren? I think they move Goody, Blais, but they might need the extra $3 million at this point. I mean, they're so just cap strapped. So definitely possible.
I think the only way that happens is if you bring Timo Meyer in and if you're looking to extend him. That's about it. But realistically, at that point, is it worth getting Timo Meyer if you're losing Ryan Lindgren, you're losing one of Laffy or Kako. You're losing probably another prospect, losing a draft pick. Barkley Goodrow's gone. You're losing 5 assets probably to bring
That's
Timo
true.
Meyer in. I don't know if that's the right idea because your defense is going to be depleted if you you go out and get Timo Meyer and then you trade Ryan Lindgren.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're asking me, I would easily
50%, would you? No. Or would
50%.
you?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
4 million to a, yeah. I mean, you might have to, but that just sucks. Having $4 million just to a player not even on your team for what the
I
next.
think you can get away with trading Truba in a first rounder. It's for a bag of pucks. Like, I don't think you would need to retain. I think you would just put a couple draft picks with him, and that's it. And you're
Yeah.
actually set for, for whatever future signings you make.
It's just that stupid no move clause.
Mhm.
Well, I'm saying if you were to waive it, that's what I'm saying. Then you
Oh,
just
then yeah.
put a first and a second along with Truba and send them all away for nothing. Honestly, cash considerations, that's fine. Kind of like what we did with Mark Stahl in a way.
Mhm.
Yeah. Or Patrick Nemeth.
Right.
Yeah, well, GMs are just stupid all the time. You have I don't understand why Sergei Bobrovsky ever got $10 million, but now goalie's getting 10 million plus on the market is ridiculous. You have GMs overpaying these players like Jacob Trouba. And GMs are so stupid. Like, I just don't understand. We couldn't all just make a handshake agreement, all GMs be like, yeah, we're not gonna sign goalies for more than $10 million. Yeah, we're not going to sign fourth liners for more than $3 million because these players, oh, well, you don't have a job. You don't have a job. GMs just couldn't have a mutual handshake there. Stupid. And thank God we don't have that guy anymore. Thank God. Granted, I'm not the biggest fan of Harper, but whatever. He got extended too.
Oh,
He'll
yeah.
be the 6D man going forward. Whatever.
Just another
Zach
unnecessary move.
Jones is gone.
Yep.
Another wasted talent. Love it.
We're used to it.
Yep. Then you have Matt Robertson, who's probably not gonna get a spot ever.
Mhm.
It's beautiful. The talent wasting is just like none other.
The rate we're going, we're not going to win shit in the next few years. Our organization's twisted. Sooner you realize you'll be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's twisted. It's completely fucked. And you know that to be a fact because Jacob Trouba is our captain. Arguably our worst defender. He's our captain.
Do we have any defensive prospects right now aside from Robertson Jones? If you mean that have a chance of making the NHL, maybe Ty Emberson, maybe
Ty
I'm trying to think of
Emberson,
the other
Keandre
name,
Miller's partner in college, I believe.
Yeah, I think that he's
Perfect sense.
like the only one that has a chance. Outside of that, maybe Skinner has a chance, but realistically, I feel like Robertson and Jones are the only ones that have NHL careers, whether it's but they're probably bottom pair defensemen because the Rangers just killed them that much. Although Jones, I think, still has potential to maybe be higher than that. I feel like he can maybe find himself in the top 4 of a defensive unit one day, just not with the Rangers.
100%. He definitely has that. I like his game a lot. 100%.
Yeah. Did you like Trouba when he first came from Winnipeg, or were you skeptical even then? I was definitely, I'll say, I liked the trade. I liked the trade when they made it. I figured, okay, Neil Pionk didn't do much for us. A first-round pick for Jacob Trouba, who just had a 50-point season. Maybe he's on the up. I like the trade, but when he signed that contract, not a fan. Not a fan. $8 million for a guy who had 150-point season. No. Was not a fan of the contract from the jump. But the trade I did like initially.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I didn't think any of it because I thought he had actually put more points up over time, but clearly that wasn't the case.
Yeah. Because he lost his quarterback job the day that he signed the contract. So, and he's doing a shit job quarterbacking power play too. Can't even do that. Can't do anything right.
Mm-hmm.
Back in September was funny that we were talking about this team being a true cup contender, but like now I really don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we assumed that they would take that next step as a team after making a deep run, right? Arguably we shouldn't have been there, but we were, and we got that experience, and we thought internally as a team we'd be better, but it just seems like we took a step back, and here we are kind of like underachieving in a way, and now we have a lot of question marks. Is Gallant the right guy? Is what's going to happen to Goodrow, like we spoke about. So it's a shame, but there's if they're going to resolve all of these issues, it's going to be in the offseason, not at the deadline.
Yeah, and then you have the two idiots at the top of your screen that thought this team was going to win the cup at the beginning of the year.
Dumb of us.
I'm keeping that up though.
Yeah, we gotta stay true to our predictions.
My prediction video is going so poorly. I had the Devils finishing in the basement.
I had them in 6th. I was really wrong on the Stars, the Jets, the Kraken.
Yeah, the
Kraken.
Kraken.
Go back and react to the videos and let's see who was like.
Oh my god!
After the season, we'll definitely do that as an off-season video. That'd be a good one.
Did we do playoff prediction or?
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Yeah. We'll go back and watch it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be funny to watch. It's gonna be
well,
funny for you guys, not for us, because we're gonna look like idiots.
We're gonna lose our credibility.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, we have the Rangers at number 1 in the Metro. I mean, to be fair, again, we thought they would take that next step, but they didn't. So
I remember my exact order. I had the Columbus Blue Jackets in 5th place.
I was pretty spot on with the Flyers, though, right?
What did you say? 4th place?
I was close with the Flyers. I had them in 6th.
I had them in. I
had them in 5th or 6th, something like that.
Yeah,
I told you. Torts.
The Bruins. I was very wrong on as well.
Them too. I think I had them missing the playoffs.
Oh my god!
Are you serious? Stop! Get the hell out of here!
I was higher on Seattle than you guys were. I do remember that, but I don't think I had them in the playoffs. I remember you guys had them in the basement, though. I had them in 6th, I think.
I think I had the Canucks in the playoffs, too.
Yeah, so did I.
Gosh.
Bruce, there it is, baby.
So brutal.
I think I had Vegas missing the playoffs, too. Great.
Yeah.
Great
looks. Vegas? Wow.
People still come back to that video and comment, "You idiot! You look like an idiot right now." I'm like, I know, I look like an idiot. My favorite still is when I made my playoff predictions last year before the playoffs started, and I had the Leafs losing in round 1. This Leafs fan's like, "Oh, there's no way we're losing to the Lightning, man. You're just stupid. You don't know what you're talking about." And after game 1, he's like, "See, I told you we're gonna win the series. I told you." I'm like, it was one game, but sure.
You had to come back to that one, game 7.
I don't know about Gallant. We need someone like Trotz. Also, I don't know if this break will be good or bad. I don't know about the break either. I've been questioning that. Are they going to be good or bad coming out of the break? I don't know.
I don't think it matters.
Usually the team's poor coming out of breaks, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, that's always great. And then for them needing someone like Trotz, yeah, we've been beating the drum here for a long time.
Bro, Gallant is such a player's coach and buddy with these guys. During this break, they're literally probably partying with the coaching staff. Like, there's no accountability on this team. It's just you know, loosey goosey. It's like to the point where it's not good. Hence to why everyone's underperforming.
O'Reilly from St. Louis would give us a tough scoring forward. What's the cost? I have no idea what his asking price is, but again, the Devils get Timo Meier. Wave that white flag. You're not winning. Guess who we could have used instead of Trouba? Niels Lundqvist just ruined all of our days. Yeah, it's almost like what Nico and I said earlier. If only you actually picked a direction. Did you want to rebuild or did you want to contend? Maybe if you just picked a direction, just maybe we wouldn't be asking these questions. So stupid.
There is no direction at all. That's what sucks.
And yeah, they give Hughes a lot of playing time. Imagine what playing your young guys is like. One of the top 6 forwards needs to go this offseason, like legit. Who? Name the guy. Panarin, no movement clause. Zibanejad, no movement clause. You just signed him. Trocheck, you just signed him. No movement clause. Kreider, no movement clause.
One of the biggest frauds on the team, honestly.
What'd you say?
I say he's one of the biggest frauds on the team.
Trocheck?
Yeah, he really is.
It looks unnecessary now. I'm not gonna act like
we would have been better off having Hedl there, dude.
Yeah. I'm not gonna act like I didn't want a number 2 center in the offseason, but
I wanted a number 2 center. I'm with you on that, but looking at it now, it's like, bruh, why? And now 7 years as well, right? Brutal.
Yes.
I mean, it was to get the AAV down, but like still, it's like. But I wonder what the price would have been if it was like 4 or 5 years, you know?
Probably 6.5 to 7.
Right? Like, no.
That's so dumb for Trocheck. I mean,
hell no.
I don't know.
Yeah. And then outside of that, the other 2 guys in the top 6 right now, Barclay Goodrow and Jimmy Vesey.
Some serious.
It's just great. Just fun.
Didn't do a good job in the offseason. Should have just let these kids play, just not sign anyone else, just sort of let everyone play that didn't play that's young, and kind of like what Tampa did. And, you know, they developed on their own, and the rest is history for them. 2 cups. No surprise, or it's no secret for what they did.
Yeah. I read something that Kreider was the top trade deadline target in 2020. Imagine what we could have got for him. Yeah.
I mean, yes, but again, I'll say this once, I'll say it again. Even if it was Jordan Kyrou, who was rumored at the time, Jordan Kyrou wouldn't be anything crazy if he was on this team. Not, you know what I'm saying? Just because that's just how it goes with the Rangers, honestly.
Unless, like we've been beating the drum all episode, they picked a direction. If it was a scenario where they never signed Panarin and they never went after, if they were still rebuilding and these guys were getting minutes, then sure, Jordan Kyrou probably still would have been what he became. But it's a matter of if he would have got the minutes.
Mm-hmm.
They're a young team. They'll be fine in 5 years. I don't know about that one.
Very young. I mean, Panarin's almost 30. Zibanejad is almost 30. Kreider's 30. I mean, 30 isn't like old, but like, I mean, it's getting as an athlete, it's like, you know, you only have like two, maybe 3 years left. Unless if you're Crosby or Ovechkin, then you got 10 more years left. But they're not Crosby or Ovechkin. See, a guy like
watching these guys decline.
Yeah, exactly. Like a guy like McDavid, like if he keeps playing, if he, you know, is on the same team and he keeps this rate up, he'd definitely be this good till he's like in his middle 30s, kind of like what Ovi and Crosby is doing. I don't see why not.
We had a rough stretch after last year's All-Star break. Oh, just great. I'm so pumped for this All-Star break to end. So pumped.
Who do we play opening? Oh, the Flames, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing to watch. Daryl Sutter and this Calgary Flames demolish us.
And we're going to get to watch the next game. Rick Tockett's Vancouver Canucks beat us.
Oh,
Yeah.
run us out of the building.
They
That week's going to be very fun. What a stretch we have out of the All-Star break. We have Calgary, Vancouver, Seattle, Carolina. I'd seen maybe one win there, Vancouver. Am I wrong? That's maybe.
Yeah, it's a maybe.
Mm.
That's a maybe.
And then you play Vancouver again, Edmonton, and Calgary.
The Canadian West like road trip never goes well for the Rangers.
Nope.
Yeah.
So we're in for a nice month here, February. But you know what? Maybe it will open the eyes of management if they do have a rough February. Hopefully,
This
but
isn't
probably
good
not.
enough.
Knowing Dolan, he's still gonna think that we should get Kane, and that would solve all the problems because that's what's gonna happen. Yes, Anthony Beauvillier hat trick. Yes, you nailed it.
Almost certainly will happen.
That's free money right there.
It's kind of better that we have a rough stretch in February just because, like you said, it'll open the eyes of management and like really address the issues of this team
Mm.
instead of winning and then covering the issues, kind of like what Igor did for us last year for pretty much most of it.
Yep. Oh, this is cute. You say this now, but wait until you'll be thanking Andre Palat round 1. You'll be thanking him. That guy just
Ranger
kills
killer.
this organization. Rangers
Yeah, just-
killer. You'll be thanking that contract for being signed in round 1. Don't worry.
He'll probably be the reason you get out of round 1, honestly, just because he just turns into frickin' Connor McDavid against us.
Yeah. Hate this. VC was on our 4th line last year. Yeah.
Imagine
we get to
Where
play
he
him on the second.
belongs.
it actually just made me think. Imagine the Devils just randomly acquire Alex Killorn as well. How hilarious would that be?
Oh,
I'd
man.
actually be like, yeah, it's over. Season's over.
It's so Jover.
Yeah, at that point, it's like, yeah, those two Ranger killers, Killorn and Palat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We should do that for an off-season video. Just like we each build a team of Ranger killers, build our starting
Palat,
5 and a
Killorn.
goalie,
Pajot. Yeah.
Halak in goal.
Oh yeah.
It's
There we
Trover.
go.
Yeah, it's so
I
Trover.
guess, yeah, throw Adam Henrique in there because why not?
Cock
Oh, yeah,
over.
Henrique. Yeah. Yeah, cock over.
Yar over. there's multiple craps over.
Crash over.
It's gonna be when he gets traded for Patrick Kane, or actually maybe not. Maybe it'll be Lafreniere Kakko.
Nico, even if we get Patrick Kane, we're losing in round 1. Like, don't get excited.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if the Devils get Timo Meyer, we are losing it
I
around
know.
one still.
Hey,
It's
we're not, are we winning the cup? No. Come back to this video and clown me if we do. I do not care. Right now, there's no reason that we're gonna
Oh,
win.
we'd love to be wrong about everything we're saying,
Oh yeah,
but do
we just
see
speak
it
the truth
happening?
here. What we're seeing and what we think. That's all it is.
Yes. Patrick Kane is not a Ranger. I'm all okay. I don't even care if we get him at this point. I don't think it. Might as well get him. I mean, you have nothing to lose. So fuck it. I just get him just cause.
We're so done if we
Yeah.
play the Canes or Bruins in the playoffs. Same with the Devils.
Especially if we
Same-
get Timo Meyer. Yeah.
Same with Tampa. Same with. Please. Thank God it can't happen, but could you imagine
Toronto.
if we had to face Toronto? Yeah, if we
Oh,
had
yeah.
to face Toronto in
It's
round
over.
1,
We would
Oh,
lose
yeah.
them.
We'll be the
that would be
absolutely
so
lose them.
cock over. That would be awful.
We'd be the suckers to lose to them. Fuck yes.
Oh my God.
100%.
Oh, if you get Adam Henrique back, forget it. Adam Henrique and Andre Palat on one line would be filthy against the Rangers. That would be filthy.
Oh,
That's like
goodness gracious.
perfect line 2.0.
Yeah.
Marchand, Pasta, and Bergeron. They'll kill you.
I have faith this string of games, the Rangers will only lose to Vancouver because they'll play down to them. I wish I could be positive Peter right now. I'm just not there. I'm just not there at all. But I hope you're right. But like Laugh for MVP said, they always come out of the All-Star break on a rough stretch, so
They do.
yeah. That's gonna be fun.
It's just too loose in the locker room because they're gonna come back and they're gonna be like, if we lose, we lose. I just wanna get the season over and done with. I remember right before the long stretch, I remember Jacob Trouba saying he was looking forward to that long stretch. Like he just wanted to get through the first half or whatever. I'm like, bruh, what? I don't know. I just
Yeah, it's way too loose. It is. They need a disciplinarian. We've been saying it for months.
Yeah.
So it's almost the end of January. It's about to be. And we've been saying it since probably November. At this point, considering where you are in the standings, would you be open to trading your first at the deadline, or do you want to keep it? Keep
Yeah,
it.
keep it.
Keep both.
It's a
both
deep
first rounders.
draft.
We need to be conservative buyers at the deadline. Conservative.
That's what I said earlier. Get your Tyler Motts, get your Nick Boninos, get
Yeah.
your Vinny Hinistrozas, get whoever else for the bottom six, and just wave that white flag.
And hope for the best, of course.
Yeah, you get those guys. Hope for the best. Bring Derek Brassard back.
Fuck yes. I want Brass back.
Hey, that might be the answer for the playoffs. Big game Brass never fails.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
You'll be the devil killer. There you go.
Now it's Jover for you guys.
Oh yeah, Brass coming back to the blue shirts. Oh yeah, big game Brass in the playoffs. Oof, Devils. Who cares? You could get Meyer. We got big game Brass. We'll put him on line one. Who's Zibanejad, right? Right. The most Zibanejad on line two, and actually, then at that point we'd fleece the Senators because then we just got, we got Zibanejad for pretty much nothing.
You got to take that number 16 off Trocheck if Brassard comes back.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
100%. Trocheck is like, what do you mean? Game Brass over here, buddy. Take a lap. You shouldn't even be paying.
Good question. If the Devils land Meyer and the Rangers get Tarasenko or Kane, how many games are you taking the Devils in?
I think we lose in 7.
7, yeah, 6 or 7.
Wow.
I don't know. That series can still go either way.
I'm the negative one here then.
5?
I'm not saying the Rangers would win.
I'd say they lose in 5.
Oh shit!
I don't see that, but I think they would lose
6
in a close series.
6 or 7. Yeah, I think it come down to 1 or 2 games, 6 or 7. Yeah. I don't know if they'll win or not.
Gentlemen sweep. They'll win game 1. We'll get our hopes up, and the Devils will win 4 straight. We know how this goes. Or the Rangers will win 2 straight, and you guys are right, and then they'll lose.
I was thinking
4 in a row.
Yeah, I was gonna say win 3 straight, and then we lose 4 straight.
We would get reverse swept.
Mm-hmm.
We would be the team to. So imagine it's against the Maple Leafs in round 1 if we ever face them. Oh my god!
I can answer this quickly. Yes, and it's not even a question.
Well, yeah. I mean, even if they make the playoffs, they're playing Carolina or Boston.
Yeah, it's not happening.
It's
not
happening. That's a good one.
Great one.
You might have to make that one a thing.
Over.
Oh, is he referring to Nico Hischier?
Yeah.
Oh, that could work.
We might have to make that for you though. Also, I'm gonna have to make a graphic for that.
Yeah, when Patrick Kane isn't a Ranger, it's Nico over.
Yeah, that's definitely got to be in the cards. Bring back
Zook. Or we should have just kept them in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Rather Zook over Patty Kane? Yes. I'd rather Brassard over Patrick Kane. Shesty will steal games. Fair point.
That's
Fair
all
point,
they
but
can do to
not
probably
enough
win.
to win.
You can only steal so many, though. At the end of the day, it's proven you need to have a complete effort from top to bottom if you're going to win it all. So.
Almost anyone over Kane. Yeah. Not for Nico, though. We
What
know
else?
this one.
What else did you talk about earlier on that I missed?
We just talked about the Horvat trade. That's really about it. And how it will help the Islanders or hurt the Islanders. That's all we talked about.
Word.
I can't believe I'm already missing Mets baseball.
Yeah, where have we come to?
I'm not
Missing the Mets.
But my team's in the Super Bowl, so you know what? I have that to look forward to at the very least.
You do. You do, for sure. You think you're winning?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's biased.
not
That's
confident.
why. We're the Eagles. He's biased. He's gonna lose to an injured Patrick Mahomes. Like, bruh. What a bum. What a bum.
What about the
Eagles
Empire
by
State
billion.
Building?
Eagles fluke to the Super Bowl, though. You know, play the Giants. I'm a Giant fan, but the Blue isn't that great. Stable's just a good coach. Then they play an injured. Well, they play a third string, of Brock Purdy, but then they got injured, and then they played some fourth stringer, and then the rest is history. I guess.
Still put up a combined 69 points. Nice.
Doesn't matter. Mahomes is doing it. Fuck Philly.
Nah,
I don't even know how you're an Eagles fan. That's the real question.
we're winning. The Eagles are what we wish the Rangers were. They're a deep team. We wish we could dream.
Oh, we had it. We once upon a time the Rangers were that. And then Jeff Gordon said, "Yeah, I'm gonna fuck this team over for years and years to come." It's amazing how a little stint with the Rangers, 6 years he was with us as GM, 5-6 years, he's gonna put us in a 10-year setback. Think about that. That's cute.
Yeah, we're definitely in trouble.
Oh yes, we are in trouble.
Let's
If we're gonna win the cup, a lot of things would have to go right. Like a lot. Like we'd have to face the right teams. We have to get the lucky bounces with like the Islander bounces from the Trotz era, pretty much.
We'd have to fluke.
Yeah, we'd have to fluke our way to the cup. Like big time.
But we're gonna do it. Wave those playoff towels. We're gonna do it. We're gonna fluke our way to it.
I don't care how they do it. Just fucking do it. It's been too long.
Doesn't matter. You can't really fluke your way there. Or you can't fluke your way to a
I
cup.
see it coming laugh for MVP. I saw it. Yeah, here it is.
Yes, sir. I'm with you. Yes, sir. I'm with him. That's facts. It's true. Eagles are good. But now they're playing no, but then if they win the Super Bowl, the Eagles, Patty Mahomes is injured.
So is Jalen Hurts, though. So
no, get out of here.
Oh, the shoulder injury's fake. My bad.
Jalen Hurts is fine.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yes, he is.
For sure.
Yes, he
Wasn't
is.
struggling to throw the football at all.
Oh, kid, what do you mean struggling to throw the football?
Yeah, definitely wasn't my fault.
He
Let's
was
say
throwing the
Kane
football
comes to
just
New York.
fine.
What?
He was throwing the football just fine.
My fault.
He
Let's
put
say
up
Kane
30
comes to New
What was the
York.
score against the Niners? 30?
31-7.
You're fine.
Let's say Kane comes to New York. Do you put Panarin back on the second line? Who goes up? Do you break up the kid line? I don't know what the line combinations would be at that point. I really don't. If they brought Kane in, you're playing Panarin with him. It's Panarin, Trocheck, Kane. I feel like that's obvious. Maybe they put him with Panarin. Maybe they do Panarin, Zibanejad, Kane. Maybe.
I would do that.
That'd be kind of sick.
Now he's saying it's sick. Look at this guy.
What?
He wants it.
I literally what? I said I could care less if he comes here or not. We're not going to win shit.
I thought you said it would be kind of sick.
No, I mean, yeah, that'd be cool. Panarin, Zibanejad,
would?
yeah, but I don't know what you're trying to say. I could
Nico,
care
you see
less.
what
if
he's
you come to
doing?
us.
I see it. I see.
I don't know
it.
what you're trying to say. We're not winning anyway.
We see it.
What?
We see it.
See what?
We see it. I won't tell your wife. Your secret's safe with me.
Ooh.
We're winning it.
Guys are lost as fuck. Holy shit.
I'm a Jaguars fan. Sometimes people cheer for random things. Oh, don't tell Nico that one.
Oh,
Waffle House boys and his nightmares.
Huh? Waffle House? Who the fuck goes to Waffle House?
Trevor Lawrence does apparently.
After coming back from 27 points, that is.
The
I don't
things say
Take a
about
while to
Trevor
guess who I cheer for in the NFL. Take a while to guess, my man. Good
That's
grief.
brutal.
I'm still not over it.
I wouldn't be if I were you. Where does that rank for all of your sports teams?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
losses?
the only thing. Like, at least they don't cause more pain than the Rangers remotely. Like, wait, what do you mean? Like ranking?
Like, would you say, like, where would you put the rank? Like, okay, rank from most painful to least painful. The 2014 Stanley Cup Finals, the 2015 Eastern Conference Finals, 2012 Eastern Conference Finals, and then the Mets 2015 World Series, Wild Card Series last year, and this Chargers lost last year.
That's too much to consume.
It's six. It's six things. He could
It's
rank
too
it.
much to consume.
I'm going. I think
This is gonna be interesting. I'm actually gonna clown you. I know it. Go ahead.
2012 was the
Yeah,
worst.
because you know I'm here. Okay, good.
I think.
Wait. You said that's the most or least?
Yeah,
Most
no, that
painful.
was the worst. Second, probably either the Cup or the Chargers. They're interchangeable 2 and 3. Probably Mets World Series 4, 5, Eastern Conference Final. and
Wait,
6,
Eastern Conference Final from what year?
2015. Like Tampa. And the Wild Card Series is brutal too, though.
That sucked.
That was like, how could that go last? Oh,
That fucking sucked.
we got one hit in the final game, just miserable. I don't know.
That's hilarious.
It's been a lot of miserable moments. Oh God.
I did my research. In our lifetime in closeout games, like winner takes all games, the Mets have never got more than 5 hits in those. Game 7 in 2006, 4 hits. They had 4 hits in that wild card game in 2016, and then last year they had 1 hit.
Holy
Who
crap.
started in Game 7 06 for the Cardinals?
For the Cardinals?
I'm not sure, but Wainwright got the save.
Dude. What was the score? 3-1, you said, right? We spoke. It was
Yeah,
Game
3-1.
7, right? It was Game 7, right?
Yeah. Pain.
Pain.
It's hilarious.
I've seen 1 championship for my sports teams, and I don't like. Sadly, it's for football, where I just don't care as much as I do about hockey and baseball. It's annoying.
What's happening first?
What'd you say?
What's happening first? Rangers or Mets? Or never?
You're in for a good one.
I'm in the grave.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
I don't know. I'll say the Mets just because they might buy their way to a championship, and at least they could. The Rangers right now are just in such a just struggle right now that it's just I don't know.
They're in the
I'd have
rut.
to say the Mets. I can't believe that I'm saying that, but if you asked me before the year,
The Rangers, no doubt.
yeah, but now the only good thing I like about that wild card series, that really helped my channel a lot, that wild card series.
Oh, that Game 3 reaction must have went bonkers.
Oh, it did. Oh, that reaction. Let's see how many views that got. When they got swept by the Braves too.
Oh, yeah.
Forget it. That fed families. That was wild.
That's hilarious.
let's see. Yeah, 2K views for the wild card loss. I think the sweep got more views actually, which is weird
Wowzers.
because I would have thought for sure would have been the playoffs. Where is it? Oh yeah, Mets get swept by the Braves. 6.3K views for that one.
That's hilarious.
And then last year for the Rangers when they got knocked out, that also did pretty well.
The whole playoffs must.
Yeah, I love it. I love how people just love when they lose more.
Yeah, the losing is what always attracts the views.
Over 2K views for Game 6 and Game 5. I don't know how Game 5 had more views. And then you have the wins. You have 300 views for Game 1, 800 for Game 2. And then when they lose, the views go up.
Other viewers from like other, it was like when the Rangers lose, you have the other viewers from the team that you lost to come and see your reaction. You rage. That's
Yeah.
what they like.
True.
No one wants to see
Game
you
4
happy.
against Pittsburgh too. That fed families too. Because everyone thought the series was over at that point.
Yeah.
How far can the Rangers go with a couple smart moves?
Second round. I don't see past that at all.
Yeah.
Agree.
Nice photo though. Nice profile pic. That was the last time we had a decent team.
The days.
Rumor is 8.5 for Horvat wouldn't overpay. I agree. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Typical Lou Lamoriello. No, actually, Lou's gonna pay him 9. Fuck it, 9 million, 7 years maybe. No, okay.
He'll probably pay him. I think he's gonna go to 9. I really do.
Because that's Lou Lamoriello for you.
You're a Giants fan. It's okay. We accept you still. I don't have a problem with Giant fans. It's just the ones that were acting like Daniel Jones was an MVP level quarterback, and then they hid in their fucking rabbit hole after that playoff game, and all of a sudden Daniel Jones wasn't apparently hyped up as an MVP level quarterback. I don't know. Just strange to me, but those are the only Giant fans I have beef with. Horvat will get 9.5 by 7. Yeah, you get it. You get it. That would be great. Waffle House says A+ hash browns. Also, I'm guessing the Chargers. Oh, you guessed correct. All right.
That just added more pain to the system. Seeing this man at a Waffle House just actually coming back 27-0. I'm sorry, it made me happy to see you guys lose to the Chiefs. They're a division rival and all, but I couldn't see the Jaguars beat them. That would be so.
Yeah, that Chargers game was brutal. You must have been on suicide watch, right?
That was the CVS.
Oh,
No, more than the CVS. That's Northwell Health for you. That's Northwell Health, buddy. You're in the ICU, buddy. Intensive care unit.
so bad.
I saw on Twitter that when it was 27-0 Chargers, someone bet 1.4 million to win 11,000. Was that you?
That's
No, I'm not rich like that.
Oh man, I can't do something
Really shit though, for real.
A person told me I don't know what pain and failure is. I remind them that I am a Rangers, Mets, Knicks, and Jets fan. Oh, that's painful. Especially the Jets. The Jets that's tough. The Jets are.
This is tough.
brutal.
Fucking Jets are losing. Oh well, this is Winnipeg Jets. They're down 1-0 to Blues. How?
Something tells me you were that Giants fan. Did I call you out? Glad Beauvillier is 3K miles away. Oh, forget it. He's getting a hat trick though. When he plays us, it's not a debate.
Oh, my parlay guy's fucked. What? Can someone explain to me how the? All right, I'm a basketball fan, but like I don't religiously watch it like I do with hockey. Someone explain to me how the 76ers lose to the Orlando Magic.
That's crazy.
Yo, minus 420? And you lose? Whoever.
Not probably. Remove the probably from this. It's just we are losing to the Flames. You could remove the word probably from that.
That's tough. Wow.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's why the overlay didn't fit before. Let's see if it will fit now that I did that. Yeah, now it fits. We can't have banners. That's stupid.
What do the people like
I
better?
like this better. Where's Gabrick in this photo?
Lucic masterclass.
Probably.
Luch. Markstrom shutout. Yeah, that too.
Oh, Kevin Rooney, is he still playing for the Flames? Watch it happen. Wait, I want to look up his stats actually now.
I know he is in the AHL. I don't know if he still is,
Kevin
but
Rooney hat trick. Turn me up. You know what's happening.
Call him up
the
just for that
Runsta.
game. He's 17 games played. He didn't even score a goal.
I miss him on our fourth line.
He was solid. He's better than freaking. I don't know Lecision. If you guys, what your opinion on is on him?
Like, why is he playing over Kravtsov? I don't know.
The world may never know.
He's exactly what Sheldon Keefe said Jimmy Vesey is.
What do you say, Jimmy V's?
He's a vanilla player.
That's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious.
That's what Jake Lecision is. But he almost scored. He had a pretty solid game last game, and I was scared that I was going to have to buy that jersey. But I'm accepting that that's happening at this point because there's no way Sammy Blais scoring before Jake Lecision at this rate.
Sammy Blais is low-key cooking in Hartford right now.
Oh, look out. I know you're an Eagles fan, but is it true that most Jets fans like the Yankees and most Giant fans like the Mets? No, other way around.
More Giant.
Usually it's Giant fans like the Yankees and Jet fans like the Mets. Usually
Can
it's
you pull up the comments up here? Because I don't know in this overlay we couldn't see it.
Islanders is kind of the thing. Or Mets and Rangers
yeah,
fans.
usually it's Gym fans as they call it. Jets, Islanders, Mets.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
My friend Henry said he saw this Isles fan in a parking lot and his sticker on his car. We live on Long Island and don't defend no Rangers here. That's weird. That's cringe.
Very cringe.
Does Kravtsov stay after this year or no? No shot. Our 2 meetings with the Flames last season were so bad. That's an understatement. We had what, a 6-1 loss and a 5-1 or 5-2, whatever it was. I found the playoff predictions video. I had that on the side. I actually did a solid job with the Eastern Conference. I got one thing wrong. I'm kind of pissed about that. I had the Bruins beating the Canes. That was the only thing I had.
I went 8-for-8 with the first round, but I think after that I was kind of I had the Canes over the Rangers. Oh, you had Bruins Rangers second round?
Yeah.
Who'd you have winning?
Rangers. I had Rangers Tampa Conference Finals. Tampa going.
What is this bracket last year? Or
Yeah,
this
last year. And then I had the opposite of what actually happened in the West. I had St. Louis beating Colorado, and I had Calgary beating Edmonton.
I think, I had Calgary beating Edmonton.
5-1 and 6-0 loss. There we go.
Yeah.
Rooney scored in the 5-1 L. Yeah, and then didn't Adam Fox also score, and then they didn't allow the goal or whatever? I think it was something like that. Yeah, that Kachuk goal, of course. Yeah, we see that in the highlight reels. We see that West Coast trip was fun. Got McDavid in the highlight reels too. That was a fun trip, wasn't it?
Horrible highlight reel.
And I'm ready for it to happen again. Oh, McDavid's gonna walk Truba.
It's gonna be a beautiful scene.
Draisaitl's gonna knock Truba's stick out of his hand again.
Fuck yeah.
I agree with that. I think Tampa's the team that's gonna beat Boston, if anyone. I agree.
Maybe Carolina. I think Carolina would beat Boston potentially in the Eastern Conference final meeting.
Potentially, if they win on the road. But even then, I don't know. It's tough to say.
Who would your guys' cup pick be right now in each conference? And who would your winner be?
I still have to stick with Boston in the East. I have to still stick with them. In the West, let me see.
Vegas, Carolina wins.
You have Carolina, Vegas, Carolina winning. That's a fair pick. That's a fair pick.
I'm
going boring though.
Okay. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was gonna go with a rematch of Tampa and Dallas.
Interesting. I'm gonna go. This is gonna be. You're not gonna agree with it, but I think it could happen potentially. I'm gonna go Boston, and it's. I want to say it could happen. Really, I don't know. I could see Dallas in it too. I could pick Dallas. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna do Winnipeg. Winnipeg, Boston.
Winnipeg's what we were last year. That's my issue. They're getting bailed out by Hellebuck.
Mm-hmm.
Although not right now, they're down 2-0.
I still stand by it.
Carolina over Dallas in 7. Someone said in chat. Canes over Dallas. Carolina over Vegas. Carolina or Bruins. Everyone's basically saying Carolina. That's the only issue that I have with picking Carolina. When everyone says it's one team, it never happens.
I could see it being Boston and Dallas too, if anything.
I don't see a lot of competition for Dallas in the West.
Mm-hmm.
The West is so... I hate the West. It's so boring. There's just no competition out there.
Yeah, for real.
Meanwhile, with the East, you have it's going to be a bloodbath. That's the only reason I think that Dallas might win it. That's why I would have Dallas winning too, is because all these teams in the East are going to be in a bloodbath, and then whoever in the West is just going to cakewalk, and they'll be well rested and everything. I think that's why Dallas would win, at least in my prediction.
I'm gonna stick with Boston, Cup winning champs.
That's fair.
I'm sticking with that. I can't go away from that. Regardless, I don't know who they play in the West, but I still think Boston gets the job done.
Kraken over Boston's an interesting pick. I think that what are the Kraken gonna do at the deadline? That's what I wonder. They don't have prospects to trade, really. They don't what are they gonna do? I really don't know.
Oh, Winnipeg just scored. There you go. But it doesn't matter. My parlay's in Seattle, so
Seattle or LA will make the cup if they get a goalie. Varlamov comes to mind. If Varlamov gets traded, that is. I don't know if he will.
Thatcher Demko potentially could be on his way out.
Yeah, Demko's a name. Dallas, Seattle, Western Conference Final would be fun. Yeah, I agree with that. Rangers are going to get whooped by Seattle. Do you mean when they play them in the regular season, or are you saying they're going to play them in the cup? Because that's not happening.
Yeah, we're not making the cup.
Yeah, LA needs a goalie too. I don't know what goalies are out there outside of Demko.
I don't know.
And then Varlamov, it would be smart for the Islanders to move him, but they probably won't.
Yeah.
The only other goalie I could think of is just the garbage in Chicago, Peter Mrazek. Vizmelka is a name too. That's a name. That would be a solid move for a team to make. Solidify goaltending for someone. And it would help Arizona since they're tanking wrong right now. You can't tank with a good goalie. We're first round exits this year. Yeah, sadly we've talked about it at length. Adelsvik's also available. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I want Peter Mrazek. Unless the Rangers throw Louis Domingue out there as a name.
Fuck yes. Lucifer Domingue.
Lucifer Domingue.
Dude, he's going to the Islanders just because he has the same name as Lou Lamoriello. Louis Sev.
Louis J. Lamoriello.
Don't fear that. Fear that.
But if anyone in chat has anything that they want to say, we're going to wrap this up. We've been going for an hour 40 now, so we'll take final questions, comments, whatever. Go ahead and dunk on the Rangers more, since that's what this has been. I will say, though, my channel's going to do great for a Devils-Rangers playoff series. That's the one thing that I'm pumped about.
If we don't do anything and they get Timo Meyer, Devils in 5, probably.
I agree.
Especially because they're gonna. What do you think the ratio is going to be? Devils Ranger fans at the Prudential Center.
It's gonna probably be like 60-40 Devils, probably. I mean, you have to realize, Ranger fans travel well, and Prudential isn't like the Garden. Like Prudential, like they'll have more opposing fans, especially if they're close by, like the Rangers. Like they're gonna be more Ranger fans in the Jersey building than Devil fans in the Garden building.
Right.
Just because it's the Garden, just with the ticket prices and just. Like, forget it. Like, dude, ticket prices are going to be insane. Not only because it's a playoff game, but it's a rivalry game as well. Like, it's going to be double.
Forget it.
Like, it's going to be like conference final tickets from, like, last year in round 1. Like, think about that.
Low-key a trip to.
Like, imagine if it was a Rangers Islanders. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Be like $1,000. Be insane. Yeah. Just because it's a playoff game and it's a rivalry. Forget it.
Wait until the Eastern Conference Finals is New Jersey and Buffalo.
Oh, low-key, Buffalo. Low-key could make the playoffs.
If Buffalo gets a goalie and another forward, what if they get Timo Meyer? Why is that not talked about enough?
Buffalo?
Buffalo.
Yeah.
They're the irrelevant New York team.
They have assets.
They should do it. Do it to keep them away from the Devils, please.
I'm still hoping the Flyers somehow make their way in. I just want to see it.
I don't know if it's safe to say the Rangers and Devils will be a first-round matchup.
No, not yet. No, yeah, not yet. The Capitals are still there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that the Rangers will play. I think it's a lock that they play Carolina or New Jersey at this point. But I don't think that. I don't think it's a lock that they're playing Jersey. I think it's either Jersey or Carolina.
Yeah.
Because I don't think whoever is in the second wild card spot's catching them.
Oh, imagine we drop the wild card number 2.
Boston's gonna kill us.
It's not even 5 games. It's a sweep.
It's a sweep. They're gonna have a field day.
It's a sweep. We're gonna be like Nashville against Colorado last year. Waste of whatever Daryl Sutter said. Waste of 8 days, 9 days, whatever he said.
Thankfully, we won't get the chance to face Pittsburgh if you're scared of them. I don't think we're gonna get the chance to play them. So
Thank God. Or else we probably would have lost just because.
Yeah.
Penguins will definitely look a little finish.
we're gonna wrap this up now. Been going for a while. Thank you guys for watching, listening, wherever you're watching or listening. We do appreciate it. Remember to leave a like if you did enjoy and subscribe. And then if you're listening to the audio version, give us a rating and review. And we'll probably do another one of these. We'll probably go back to doing these more often, hopefully. We'll probably do one next week. I don't know when next week, but we'll try to. But that's going to be it. We'll see you guys next time.